5'6" junior out of Oakland, and she will be their lead center all the time. She does a great job.
There, of course, is the great Dave Shoji in his 41st season at the helm, and had one of those classic nights again last week, right, against Long Beach State and Brian Gimolero, and it was a vintage Rainbow Wahine 49er contest.
It was. What a match that was. Dave Shoji will never forget that one. His team was winning one game like 25-12, then losing the next one 25-12. It was just like this roller coaster all night long. And he found himself in the short end of the 2-1 score after 3 sets. And finally, Rainbow Wahine showed a lot of courage in bouncing back and taking that 1 in 5.
The Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineups will be shortly scrolling at the bottom of your screen as UC Davis will have the first serve, and it is Kaylin Squires who is leading the conference in kills per set. She slaps it over the net. It is fielded by McKenna Granado. First set goes out to Taimano Oleval, played off the block, and Aggies now in transition. Here's Kendall Walbrecht, and the wall was up against Walbrecht. Kendra Kelch alongside Emily Maglio, and what a match Kendra Kelch had against Long Beach State. 9
blocks. And could you say the block party's already started?
Oh, man. As we said in the open, it rages on. Nobody's called the cops to complain on the block party just yet. There's Nikki Taylor on the dig. So Kelch jump sets Mano Olival on the outside, pounds it through the hands. Aggies keep it alive. Here's Walbrecht again off the block. Diving save attempt by Taylor as she comes into press row. Slow to get up. It will be a point for UC Davis. They will serve.
You know, it's fun to watch Nikki Taylor go to the floor at 6'4". She's so agile and aggressive. But it's almost like she unfolds herself when she gets up, saying, you know what, guys, that wasn't that easy to go down there.
And yet she is second on the team in digs. Olivia McGill, the reigning Big West Conference Defensive Player of the Week, showing a little offensive prowess right there.
You know, great pass by McKenna Granado. I think Davis has already recognized that the freshman has taken the place of Breeley, and they're picking on her right away with the first 2 serves.
Outside, here's Walbrecht, and the block goes up. Taylor and Olivia McGill. This is the #1 blocking team in the nation when you're talking about Rainbow Wahine Volleyball. How crazy is that?
Yeah, they get high, they get over, they're tough to get around. To really build a nice defense around a big block like that.
Kelch with the serve. Set goes to the middle, and it was touched over a diving save by Mano Olival. Here's Taylor from the opposite position. Good one-handed save in the back row by Squires. And now a free chance here for Hawaii. Kelch with the first touch. So Kahakai, 2-hand sets Taylor. Cross court, it is dug up by Wagner. But UC Davis couldn't play it off of the net as Olivia McGill was there to disrupt things, and it's another point for Hawaii. They're up 4-1.
Yet another block by Hawaii, their second one of the night. Who else? Olivia McGill.
OMG. Making her presence felt here early in set number 1. And Kendra Kelch making that serve felt. That's an ace. And Hawaii out to a 5-1 advantage.
Kendra Kelch, the former skateboarder, surfer from Huntington Beach. Also shows she's got a nice, hard, deep floater right there.
Serves to the middle of the floor there. Squires fields it. Now Walbrecht goes off the block and into the antenna. So Aggie is able to apply the tourniquet on that Rainbow Wahine run.
Good swing by Walbrecht, the reigning Big West Player of the Week. 30 kills last weekend. 5 kills per set, hit 375. That's a big weekend against Santa Barbara and Cal State Fullerton.
In fact, Davis has accounted for the last 2 conference players of the week. It was Squires who got the nod the previous week. Quick middle to McGill. That was a little low. Fortunately, just got it over. Opposite side goes to Nicola Moore. That's dug up. Here is Taimano Oleval. Tooled the block to her advantage.
Taimano Oleval saw 4 hands up and still just swung away. Just ripped as hard as she could there and had the ball go, man, out of bounds on her side. Almost a stuffed block.
Ran into one of the old-timer volleyball fans, diehards, walking around town here today as the block was up by Olivia McGill. And she was saying, you know what I love hearing? The name Ty Volleyball. It just sounds like poetry.
It does.
Pedro, here come Tip.
She's done an amazing job there. We see, again, a tremendous job of blocking between McGill and Taylor. McGill's so good at getting out to the outside and forming that block.
Pass by Squires. She'll get the set from the back row. The triple block was up, and the door was shut. Hawaii with the point. Timeout, Dan Connors. Aggies down 6 and talking story.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Straw.
Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii off to a positive start. 8-2 here in the opening set. And Ty Volleyball continues to serve, floats it deep. The set will go right side, and this is Walbrecht. Goes off of Kahakayan out for the Davis point.
Walbrecht just unloaded. Could have been off and on this year, only hitting 204. Was on the tournament, the Fresno State Classic, early on in the preseason.
3 serving 8. Walbrecht sends it over. Two-handed by Kahakai. Bumps it, goes to Taylor, tight to the net. Was still able to get a good swing on it. Davis trying to transition into the offense, though, and Caitlin Squires hits it into the net. So a bit of a BB dodged that time by Hawaii. Credit the scramble play. Substitution as Claire Marie Anderson, the sophomore out of Punahou, checks in to serve. 9 serving 3 here.
Stay on 5, 10.
Little jump floater coming from Claire Marie. Pass by Squires. They go to Moore on the opposite side, and she's able to find the floor. A couple of bodies laying out on the Hawaii side.
Dave showed you's got to love the hustle there. The two-handed dig by, I think, Volleyball, and then Anderson and Kelch both diving for that ball close to the ground. Sometimes players will just watch that go to the ground. Not this Hawaii team. They have a lot of pride in not letting the ball hit the floor.
So now Malia Bolko sends it into the net. And so the tough serving that Dan Connors said he needed from his team hasn't quite manifested itself. Still very early on, obviously, in set 1.
Could be a little bit of nervousness. They're used to playing in front of 537 people. Tonight, just a little bit different, over 5,000.
Yeah, just a hair over the usual for UC Davis. Here's more dug up by Taylor. Beautiful dig. Jump set goes to Granado on the outside. And McKenna Granado, who had just 5 total kills on the season prior to that, was hitting .029, able to lay into one.
Nice job turning the ball back down the line, 2 in the end blocker's hands. Good start for Granado.
Here comes the jump serve from Taylor. Forces a pass tight to the net. Little joust there. And it's going to be a Davis point. They're going to call an interference. A violation against Maglio. Dave showed you with the palms pointed upward for a moment.
He hasn't been very good for many years.
Your thoughts?
I'm not sure why Marvin Hall called that one. I thought that the ball was 50-50 open season for either team.
Ellie Wagner will now serve, and hey, maybe a little athletic justice, as they say, point for Hawaii. So Granado will retreat back to serve. Granado making her 3rd start of the season. Just one of those Hawaii products, right? Can just play the game.
Wagner, who just served into the net, their ace leader with 24 aces this year.
Good serve by Granado. Step out. And it is hit wide of the floor by Lauren Jackson. So Hawaii gets the point. Jackson, one of the, as you mentioned, Chris, 10 freshmen on this travel roster, mind you. Dan Connors saying we got a couple still back in Davis, as a matter of fact, that didn't make the trip. Granado sends it deep, in fact, too deep, and it's a point for the Aggies.
Well, this is a young squad that Dan Connors is building a program there. You know, a young coach trying to turn this program around. Done a nice job. Pulled some upsets here and there last year. Has a chance to do the same this year.
Step out Maglio. Dug up by Bolko and saved out of press row by Walbrecht. Free chance here for Hawaii. Taylor the first touch. Kelch puts it over on the second touch. And caught Davis napping.
One of the advantages of having Kendra Kelch in the front row is she provides such a big block. She also will, when she's on, she can really dump the ball well straight down the middle of the court or behind her, little back blind, no look dump shot.
There's a touch on the Walbrecht swing by McGill. D-set by Kelsch, goes to Taylor. Pancake save, Balco. No, they're going to say that it hit the Terraflex. Beautiful back set, by the way, from Kelsch. And despite the effort of the UC Davis libero on the other side, a kill for Taylor.
Let's see if this is a good pancake or not. Oh, yes, it looks good. Yeah, Connors has a right to protest that one. It looked good.
Like the spatula got underneath there, huh? Here's Walbrecht from the outside. Maybe athletic justice going the other way as Walbrecht is able to get the kill. Already her 4th of this opening set.
Interesting recruiting job by for Walbrecht. She was number 53 on the senior ace list during her senior year, the highest ever for any UC Davis volleyball player.
The serve by Maddie Merlino. Middle set goes to McGill. Not quite high enough, so she couldn't put the full pounding on it. Here's Walbrecht, the dink, saved by McGill. Bump set Kelsch to Manu Oleval, deep corner in.
Good scramble play. I love the play by McGill coming off the net and being aggressive. And then there's a bump set by Kelsch. Quite where Manu Oleval likes it a little bit inside so she can turn it back down the line.
Hey, look, Olivia's the reigning conference defensive player of the week. Not just talking about blocks, as we saw there playing that one off the net. Middle set nicely done to Ima H.A., a 6'1" sophomore from Castle Rock, Colorado, the first non-Californian to play for Davis since 2006, and she's able to get the kill there, averaging 1.14 per set this year.
How about H.A.'s? How about her major? Neurobiology, physiology, behavior.
So you and her both, huh?
Yeah.
Here's Manu Oleval gets the dink blocked. Back bump set by Kelsch outside the Taylor, got a good hit on it, good dig Balco. Now Walbrecht, that's dug up by Kahakai. Here's Taylor by the double block and down.
Libero's putting on a digging show. Taylor getting the last word, but love those 2 digs by Malia Balco and Savannah Kahakai right there, popping it straight up.
Oh, that one could have been an out ball, played off the top of the net by H.A., and then Walbrecht on the outside cleans up any spill that was caused by that service reception. And Davis gets the point, and Walbrecht will retreat back to serve.
Walbrecht, you got to remember that she was the Big West Player of the Week, and there's for good reason. Tremendous offensive output.
Opposite set goes to Taylor, two-handed in the air by Balco. And a free ball coming here for Hawaii. Kelsch goes right side. Taylor through the double block and down. Nikki Taylor doing Nikki Taylor things. Her third kill of this opening set.
Credit McGill as well for going hard in the middle, holding the middle blocker for Davis, giving Nikki Taylor a late closing Davis block right there. Taylor finds the hole in the block.
Halfway, man. Halfway now.
So here's Anderson serving. 18 serving 9. Squires, big wind up, and she unleashes. And there is a glimpse of what Kaylin Squires has been doing her entire career, surpassed the 1,000 kill plateau this season, entering this match currently 9th all-time in career kills at Davis.
Squires has a special fan in the crowd tonight, Dr. Steve Martell of the Geophysics Department at UH. He's her uncle, sitting in the front row tonight wearing a Davis shirt of all things. But he's a huge Wahine fan as well.
Granado put some pepper on that one. Great diving second touch, but for naught, as it was unable to be returned. Emily Allen, though, 5'8" freshman from Santa Barbara, able to lay out just to give them that glimmer of hope. But ultimately, it's a kill for Granado, and she's looking sharp on that outside position.
Great hustle by the Aggies. They're playing some scrappy defense tonight.
That's what it takes to compete with this Hawaii team. 19 serving 10. On the outside, that's Moore. And the southpaw able to plug it through the block and down. Nicola Moore, a relative newcomer to the sport, didn't pick up volleyball until her freshman year in high school. That high school was South Eugene in Eugene, Oregon. Now Wagner to serve. You mentioned, Chris, those team high 24 aces. Kelsch goes high and away to Granado. How about McKenna Granado right now with the hot hand?
He seems to be fired up over getting the starting nod tonight. For those of us who might have joined us late, away. Greeley out with some shoulder aggravation. Will likely not play in the front row anyway. She might play some back row, though.
Yeah, she is available, did warm up, but was pretty much restricted to just back row play during the week of practice. Squire, that's dug up by Kahakai. And Manoleva on the outside block back. Kahakai keeps it going. Now Taylor from behind the line. Got it in.
Nikki Taylor getting much better location of the sets from Kelch tonight and just ripping away.
Timeout Davis. Hawaii up by double digits.
Big Island Candies, the perfect place to find the perfect gift. Visit them at their flagship store in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or online at BigIslandCandies.com to see their amazing selection, including delicious chocolate-dipped shortbreads.
Welcome back. Hawaii up 10 here in the opening set against UC Davis. The Aggies coming in 9-11, 4-2 in the Big West Conference. Hawaii, of course, on an 11-match win streak, 16-1 overall, 6-0, still unblemished in the league. And a good serve by Granado results in another Hawaii point, and they now have the Aggies doubled up here in the first.
Thank you.
3-0 run here for Hawaii, which also has recorded 5.5 blocks to none in this first set so far. Here's Squires, blocked, and Roof tack on another. Kendra Kelch, the blocking machine, able to get up on that one again.
She was one block away last week with Long Beach from having a triple-double on the night. In on 9 blocks, posts up nicely there, taking that line away.
How about Kelch leading Hawaii with 23 blocks over the last 4 matches coming into tonight? Yes, the setter. Good touch there on that swing. Bodies falling all over each other in the middle of the Hawaii floor. And Nikki Taylor at the bottom of that pile.
Slow to get up. Oh, she hits somebody's knee or a foot. She's clearly got some cobwebs going on right now. Let's take a look and see. Here's the roll shot. Hard to tell if
right there.
Delgado could be right there with Kelch.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Kelch's right knee kind of caught that right temple of Nikki Taylor, and she is now down on the floor. And you have not heard the Stan Sheriff Center much quieter than this ever.
Yeah, this is about as quiet as it gets. They're looking at their star player with All-American written all over her all year long, carrying this team week in and week out. There's her dad, Graham Taylor.
See Kelch going for that second touch, and right there looked like they kind of caught the right side of Taylor's noggin.
And there's another one. Maybe she got two knees there.
But she is being walked off to the sideline to the applause of the crowd. But you know, in this day and age of athletics, we obviously are much more aware of those kinds of things when athletes get hits to the head. You know, there is concern, concussion protocol, those kinds of things. So we will keep an eye on that. Casey Castillo has come in essentially in place of Nikki Taylor, and Emily Maglio able to kind of bring some enthusiasm once again to the Stan Sheriff Center with the slide kill, and it is aloha ball here for Hawaii in this first set.
Taylor goes out with 4 kills, no errors, hitting .500.
Here's Walbrecht. She pounds it down without much resistance. So trying to keep Davis's hopes alive here in this opening set. But now you're looking at this Hawaii team. You have Kalei Greeley, who did not start and is out, not expected to play front row because of the shoulder injury. You now have Nikki Taylor being tended to after taking a shot to the dome on that last scramble play a few sequences ago.
Taylor Higgins still recovering.
Taylor Higgins, who is available, we are told, but did not get the start tonight, recuperating from an ankle injury. And there's a service ace.
And we have 2 freshmen in the lineup with Castillo and Granado.
Serving 24. Here's the serve by Merlino. Pass Manolival tight to the net. Kelch was able to win the joust and win the battle. Point for Hawaii. And a somewhat anticlimactic close to that first set. Concern for Nikki Taylor as the Rainbow Wahine able to rip off a 25-14 victory in set 1. Welcome back. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. Chris.
One of the reasons Hawaii's had so much success this year is their blocking technique. #1 blocking team in the country because of plays like this. They go up and they not only block over, but they push the ball back into the opponent's side of the court as opposed to going just straight up. They'll watch the right hand of Nikki Taylor there as she presses it into the center of the court. And that's how Hawaii has gotten so many blocks this year. Great technique, good discipline, pressing over without hitting the net. All those little things have made for Hawaii's success at the net.
6.5 total team blocks for Hawaii in that opening stanza. Olivia McGill with 4 block assists and 1 solo roof. Nikki Taylor leading the team in kills with 4, hitting 500, also 3 block assists, but you're seeing her stand on the side here as we get the lineup straight. Nikki Taylor did take what appeared to be a Kendra Kelsch knee as she was diving to the floor to make a save to her head. And so she was rattled, laid down on the Terraflex for a little bit, and was walked off to the sideline. Appears to be okay now, but Dave Shoji, I imagine, is thinking, if at all possible, maybe we'll avoid taking any further chances here with one of the more important members of that Rainbow Wahine arsenal.
Yeah, you could say that.
Kelechi O'Leary is in the match for UC Davis. 6'1" redshirt freshman from Elk Grove, California. Here is Ana Ponce to serve. Hawaii up 1-0. Floats it deep, two-handed in the air by Squires. Walbrecht on the outside by the double block. Dug up by Kahakai. Set goes to Granado. McKenna Granado. Oh, she's packing a punch here tonight.
Oh, she really is. McKenna Granado, 2-time state champion at Puno. Gatorade Player of the Year in 2014 for all the players in Hawaii high schools.
Walbrecht able to get that one down off the block.
Known for her all-around play. Solid defender, passer, blocker, attacker, kind of does it all. Not overpowering as a tall player at the net, but does a decent job of blocking. And filling in well tonight for Calais Greeley, to say the least.
Hey, there's a long-standing tradition of those kinds of ball players coming out of the Hawaii high school ranks, and McKenna Granado fits right into that mold. How about this? 5 kills on the season coming in. Already 4 kills in this match tonight for McKenna Granado.
She's taking advantage of her first start ever.
And also deals an ace out of the deck. Gotta love it.
Second ace of the night for Granado. One of the things that Dan Connors, the Davis coach, was hoping for was a lot of aces from his side of the court. They lead the league in aces, but it's not happening.
Yeah, they lead in total aces. Hawaii leading the Big West Conference in aces per set, as Walbrecht hit that one wide of the antenna. And it's a point for Hawaii.
The serve by Granado goes short, catches the cable. Nice pancake that time by Wegner. I guess that ball hit the antenna on the way over. Point Hawaii.
So set 2 starting up very similarly to what we saw in set 1, as Granado another falling off the table type of serve. Hawaii in transition. Kahakai, two-hand set to Manolevau, blocked back, saved by Maglio. Kelsch will try tie a second time. Tie goes off the block and out for the Hawaii point. And a timeout taken by Dan Connors. So right now, the Rainbow Wahine have it rolling here in set 2. Welcome back. Let's check out the First Hawaiian Bank top 3. This is Big West hitting, and yes, we have the top 2 outside hitters partaking in tonight's festivities. Kaylin Squires for UC Davis leads the league with 4.58 kills per set, and Nikki Taylor of Hawaii, number 2 at 4.4.
Well, Squires struggling a bit tonight with only 2 kills so far.
Here's Squires from the back row against the triple block for Hawaii, was able to zoom it past for a Davis point. So 2 serving 5 here coming up. Sophia Marr, the setter, started her career at UConn, but last week reached 1,000 career assists. Now a member of this UC Davis program, and the step out goes to Emily Maglio, and Mags mashes it.
Arguably Hawaii's most improved player with shots like that.
Started all but one match this year, second in the Big West Conference in kill percentage. It's her teammate McGill who sits atop her. Here's H.A. Dug up by Granado. Time on Olivao, pops it off the high hands. Good one-handed save there by Squires. And a free ball coming here for Hawaii. Kelsch goes step out to McGill. Diving pancake save Balco, and another free chance for Hawaii. Outside, here's Ty. The set a little too far outside, had to sort of backhand it over. And Squires flat-footed sends it across. Here's Manolivao. A more true approach and a more true conclusion.
Ty Manolivao gets a good run up. She's tough to stop. She brings a lot of heat. She gets a lot of height. Contacts the ball at a high point. Here's McGill in a step-out maneuver. We haven't seen that much out of McGill. But I know she's been practicing it, and she does it during the warm-ups now.
Returning to live action, Walbrecht got dug up, and now it's time on Olivao. Slow to get up, and there may have been some contact underneath that net. And she's walking slightly gingerly.
Just because someone's on the ground.
But returns to her position and appears to be ready to play on.
And Dan Connors wonders, why is there a play over on that? Asking Ernie Ho what the ruling is.
No, sorry. That's my bad.
And she comes down there.
Just because she's on the ground doesn't mean...
Her right foot comes down on McGill's foot.
It's there's something in the air here in the Stan Sheriff Center. I mean, we are seeing now some bumps and bruises mounting. We had Nikki Taylor, who took a knee to the head trying to make a play, diving along the Terraflex in that first set. And now time on Olivao coming down on McGill's foot. Looks to be okay and looking to continue, but if you're Dave Shoji, this is kind of like a finger crossing time here to just make sure that whatever happens, you try to stay as healthy as possible here in this middle portion of the conference.
Well, he's got his legs crossed right there. Did you notice that?
Here's Walbrecht, blocked back, kept alive by Balco. Now Moore from the outside position. Here's Manolivao, blocked and roofed. They were waiting, H.A. and Walbrecht.
Now watch Manolivao's moves there on defense, and she moved quickly off the net, pushed off that right foot easily, and got out to get her last approach as well quite easily. So I don't think that ankle injury is anything to worry about.
Back row goes to Granado. She's able to find that deep corner.
Stepped on the 3-meter line, though. It'll be point Davis.
Back row attacker, and so Davis now inches to within 3. Seems to be a strange energy here in the building, and maybe an opportunity for the Aggies to get involved. Here's Manolivao, curled it inside that end line. That was artsy on the part of Ty Manolivao.
She's become much more effective in utilizing all of her shots the more the season goes along. And here comes Nikki Taylor.
She's back, and the crowd loves it. Nikki Taylor back in this match. Able to wipe away the cobwebs, perhaps, as the middle set goes to H.A. She pounds it for a Davis point.
You see Kendra Kelsch goes to Taylor right here on the first set. Taylor's playing on the left. This is the one time where she hits on the left side. The rest, she hits on the right side or out of the back row B position.
Merlino. Pass by Manolivao. Set goes right side to Manolivao, and a good decision by Kendra Kelsch when you see the results across the net, right?
It was a great decision because everybody was leaning toward, the blockers were leaning toward McGill and or Taylor, the whole right side of the court. I don't think they figured Kelsch would go back to Ty Manolivao.
Here's Ty to serve. Just got it over the net, forces the overpass, and McGill with a crush.
Good serve by Olivao. She goes as far back as she can on this Terraflex. So the ball's in the air a long time, can pick up all kinds of Stan Sheriff Center air currents
Yeah.
/ air conditioning.
Hey, if it wasn't for the cheerleader, she'd probably move a few steps further
She
back.
would force another bad pass there.
Squires coming in with a half-hearted swing. Now right side, here's Taylor. Nikki strikes again.
Pretty sharp there.
And another timeout called by UC Davis. Hawaii up 11-5 here in the second. Welcome back. Time now for the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match. Chris.
Watch what happens. Time out serves this ball. McGill pounds it to the floor, and rather than take all the credit, she says, "Hey, nice serve, Ty. It's all about you." It's because of the good serve. I love that. That's very cool. You got to get like when they give credit to their teammates.
Returning to live action, and Nicola Moore able to split the uprights of the proposed block.
I think she's got that live arm because she didn't play till she was a freshman in high school. So many of these kids have played like 11 years by the time they're a freshman.
Yeah.
And they commit when they're in 8th grade. So nice to see someone new to the game having good success.
Some untapped energy in that shoulder. There's McGill in the middle. And that is one thing she does so well, is even when the set isn't at the perfect height, even when the timing isn't dead on, she can still save a play and make a point.
There's that time and again when teams start pulling up, anticipating that, so then she starts banging, and they then become within range of her shot.
12 serving 6. Anderson with the serve. Good job by Granado to get the touch on that dump shot by Marr. Now Taylor from the outside. That's
Beautiful
up by Bolko.
Beautiful back set by Kendrick Kelch.
Squires on one leg, dug up two-handed style by Kelch. So the set goes to Taylor. Hard angle. Made it work. I mean, she was almost into that pin and was still able to deflect it off the arms and down.
Quite the set from Taimanu Olival. Gets it all the way up there, almost to the antenna, and Taylor delivers.
13 serving 6 now. Here's Squires on the outside block. Two-handed in the air by Bolko. And the middle set ill-timed. That's a point for Hawaii. Tried to go to Ohiri in the middle.
Dan Connors is going to take his star player out right now. She's hitting 3 kills, 3 errors in 12 tries, hitting 0. So I think he's going to give somebody another chance. Brianna Carsaboom.
One of the best names in volleyball, is it not? Here's Ohiri. Good diving save. One-handed style by Kelch. Sent over. Free chance now. Ohiri blocked and roof. Solo deal. Emily Maglio.
Here's the save by Kelch to get things rolling. And at the end, Maglio just goes up and puts the clamps on O'Hari's shot. Block number 6 for Hawaii.
And there's another diving save by Kelch on the Carsaboom dink. Taylor had to take something off. Carsaboom from off the net sends it long. And it's a point for Hawaii, and they are up 10 now on UC Davis. A 5-0 rainbow run. Are you surprised by this at all?
I am in a way. I really thought Davis would serve better, put Hawaii out of system a lot more. I didn't think Hawaii would be blocking this well. I know they're a great blocking team, but they've been on such a run blocking, and you expect them to cool off at some point, but I guess not. They are truly the Hawaiian Roofing Company.
Absolutely. That time it was Mags and Taylor. Yeah, I mean, this is a version, I should say, of a Hawaii volleyball team that is almost unrecognizable. Carsaboom by the block. Did it get in? Nope, missed long, and that's another point for Hawaii. They're up a 12 spot here.
Dan Connors has used up both of his timeouts. All he can do is use substitutes to slow the game down a little bit. Momentum right now just rolling Hawaii's way.
Anderson sends it down the line and forces the bad pass. It's an ace. Another point for the Rainbow Wahine. I mean, you talk about a Hawaii women's volleyball team that leads the nation in blocks. When has that ever happened?
I don't think ever. I think maybe digging. Hawaii's always had smallish teams. They've never been known to have large teams.
Outside it goes to Carsaboom now. There was a little boom from Brianna Carsaboom.
You were waiting for her to boom, weren't you?
I was chomping at the bit.
You couldn't wait. That was a great shot. She was a dancer for 10 years. She's also a cover girl. Do you know that? She's a cover girl on Sports Star Magazine.
Wow. And then delivers the ace. So a little bit of life, a little bit of a spark here from Carsaboom, but Hawaii's still up 11 here in this second set. Almost the Michael Jordan-esque sort of sticking of the tongue out on that serve. Here's Granado from the outside, dug up by Volko. Walbrecht, the dink, diving save Kelch. She has been all over the floor. Now Taylor from off the net. It's dug up by Wagner. Back bump set goes high and away to Walbrecht, and she puts it down. That was one heck of a set by Sophia Mar that just barely, almost scraped the bottom of the scoreboard.
Great blind back bump set, almost hits the scoreboard. And Wagner, Walbrecht just goes up and rips away down the line. Great finish for Davis on that one.
Granado hit the top of the tape, saved by Carsaboom. Low outside set goes to Walbrecht, and she's blocked back by Maglio and Taylor. That one a little too low, as that Hawaii block so formidable, especially when you have that pairing. There was not going to be much of a chance to get by it.
Taylor and McGill, pretty good pairing when they're together in the front row, and Kelch and Maglio, pretty good pairing.
Taylor bringing the heat. And that's an ace for Hawaii. 21 serving 9 here in the second. And you look at...
Does that verify the cobwebs are clearly gone by now?
I would say
that
so.
shot? Would you agree?
Yeah, I think she's okay. But you look at Dan Connors. We had a shot of him and kind of a look of befuddlement there, Chris. I think he's wondering sort of what has hit his team, running into a buzzsaw here. Here's Taylor from the back row. Diving save, Wagner. Nicely done. Walbrecht with the approach, no changes in mind, sends a free ball Hawaii's way. Kelch goes step out to Maglio off the block, saved by Balco. Wagner from off the net, saved by Taylor. Here's Granado, high hands. Right there's Carsaboom. So Wagner, two-hand set to Walbrecht at the fingertips of the block. Here's Granado, set was a little low, couldn't get all of it. Saved in the corner by Manoole Vau, but a smart play by O'Heary to just two-hand it into that deep space where no Rainbow Wahine were, and the crowd applauds the effort on both sides.
Pretty savvy shot by O'Heary that time. She made an all-tournament thing. George Washington University tournament earlier this summer, had 12 blocks against Baylor this year. Second best all-time for Davis.
Middle set, Maglio blocked and roofed. That time it was Ima Eche. And Davis showing that they have located the pulse, and they are not at all ready to fold just yet here in the second set. They have a monumentous assignment in front of them, though. Down 10 here at this juncture of this second set, but trying to locate the spark here against Hawaii.
Yeah, I think Dave showed you he's trying to just get his group calmed down a little bit, make sure everybody was in the right spots. Remember, he's got new players in the lineup with, Kelch getting another start. She's fairly new to the lineup. He's got Granado in there. She's new. So it's Dave showed you he's supposed to make sure everybody knows where they're going, so they don't have any confusion.
Tonight's Jack Fact, Big West Honors Offensive Players of the Week, Kendall Walbrecht for UC Davis. Defensive Player of the Week, Olivia McGill for Hawaii. You see the exploits of Walbrecht in a couple of matches versus UC Santa Barbara and Cal State Fullerton. 5 kills per set, just gaudy numbers, but McGill against CSUN and Long Beach State, including that 11 block performance against the Beach. And she was phenomenal, and she has been phenomenal her entire collegiate career, particularly in these last 2 seasons with the University of Hawaii.
Take a look at Hawaii's blocking tonight. 8 blocks already. They're not even through the second set yet. The other thing that surprised me, Hawaii with 5 aces tonight, led by Granado's 2. They seem to be serving much, much better. And attacking, hitting 373. They normally hit 290. There's some good fans there. You recognize anybody there?
Is that Beth over there?
Yeah, I think it was. There's the Antes. Oh, she's back.
Loretta's back.
Loretta is back from the hospital. She's in the middle.
Was unable to attend the Long Beach State match. We are happy to welcome her back because it's just not Rainbow Wahine Volleyball if the Antes in force aren't in the house. Walbrecht blocked twice. The second time was a sure thing as Annie Mitchum has checked into the game. And she, alongside Kelsch, denied access.
I told Dave Shoja I thought Annie Mitchum looked really good in practice yesterday. He said, Chris, you should have seen her all week. She's been the best player in the gym all week long. They tried playing her a little opposite. They play her on the left. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Mitchum play in different spots other than the middle.
Taylor, just pings it up against that end line. Dan Connors didn't like the call, but it's a point nonetheless for Hawaii. 23, serving 11.
Let's take a look, see if this is in. It is in. Yeah. Definitely in.
Smack dab on the end line. Here's Granado, 23, serving 11. Quick middle set. That's H.A. blocked back. Bump set goes to Walbrecht. Her soft touch is dug up by Taylor. So Kelsch jump sets to Manu Olivao. Dug up by Bolko. Nicely done there. Walbrecht with the big swing. Blocked! And Ruth! It's getting repetitive. Mitchum again.
Oh, taking turns. Mitchum, Maglio, McGill. The 3 M's. Getting the job done at the net. Frustrating other teams' offenses.
It's not just a block party. It's turning into a block festival here for the Rainbow Wahine. Walbrecht through the block and down. That time able to get there before the block was formed. An aloha ball for Hawaii, but it remains 24-12 in favor of the Rainbow Wahine.
Great shot down the line by Walbrecht. She's the 4th member of her family to go to UC Davis. Little legacy going on.
Granado with the pass. Step out goes to Mitchum, and it's Powell here in set 2. Hawaii dominant, to say the least. 25-14 in the first, 25-12 in the second. And they may be reaching into the broom closet when we return.
By Hawaii, there you see the blocking stats, 10-2 for Hawaii. So Hawaii with 5 aces to Davis's 2. So basically, it's just been all Hawaii in every particular category. The only statistic Hawaii does not like leading, and that's injuries.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's start out with Clay Greeley's shoulder to start before the game.
Yeah.
That was during the Long Beach match.
You had Taylor Higgins, the ankle injury, so she didn't play yet.
Yeah. Then you had Kai did something to her toe, right? And then there was the Nikki Taylor getting hit in the head. She was down for almost the count, but only, I think she got up, like the 8 count or something.
Sure.
And then the final one was Taimon Olivao's ankle on a block with McGill. And so it's just been like one comedy of errors after other injuries. That's not a statistic you want to lead in, Kanoa.
No, I think Dave Shoji, if at all possible, between sets 2 and 3, probably made his way back to his office, grabbed whatever good luck charms he may have had laying around his desk, brought them all with him because he just wants to make sure, hey, look, you're up 2-0. It's been a lopsided match so far. Let's see if we can finish this up and get out of this building for tonight with minimal damage done.
I'll tell you one thing he's got to be happy about, especially, is their side-out percentage. In set number 1, they side out at 93. A good percentage is around 70. And then 66 the next set, so 81% for the match so far. Perfect pass by Taimon Olivao. Leads to another good play set. Great set from Kelsch.
It's been like clockwork here tonight, and it's Annie Mitchum putting down her second kill of the evening. Nikki Taylor leading the way, by the way, individually. 7 kills, hitting .467. Taimon Olivao, 6 kills, hitting .357. And McKenna Granado, who got the start in place of Calais Greeley. 4 kills on 10 swings, hitting .300, and doing a wealth of other things to fill up the stat column as well. Here's Taimon Olivao from the outside. Was there a touch? Hawaii wanted one. Nothing doing. That's a point for Davis. Leading the way offensively for the Aggies, 9 kills for Kendall Walbrecht, has been set 26 times, hitting .077. And Kaylin Squires, the kills leader in the Big West Conference, just 3 kills on 12 swings and flatlining it so far.
All Big West first team last year. She's 3 kills, 3 errors, hitting .000. But back in there, this set.
Manolevao pulled the string nicely down there.
You don't see her use that beach roll that very much, but she did then. Normally she does an open-handed tip shot. This was like a beach roll. She's like a half spike.
Now Kendra Kelsch to serve for Hawaii, standing right up against that service line. Here's more. Oh, hard angle came right at us and in, so that's a point for Davis. We're tied at 2 here early on in set 3. Good first touch on that one, by the way, Chris.
I thought it was pretty clean. Take a look. Here's coming right at us. Doesn't show the end of the play well, I believe. I think I did a two-hand touch. I'm not positive. Could have been a double hit.
Oh, here comes the serve right at us again.
That was scary.
Wow.
Don't see that often. We're in danger when there's spiking going on, but rarely are we in trouble when the serving is going on.
They wanted to see if you could do it twice.
There you see her.
3 serving 2 after the service error. That was a bit of a shank set. Here's Squires blocked, and Roof, Taylor, and McGill joining forces, and it has been a difficult night for Kaylin Squires because of that block up front for Hawaii.
I will tell you this, I watched practice yesterday, and Jeff Hall was emphasizing, make sure we get 2 blockers up on number 9 at all times. She's really good.
4 serving 2. Here's the step out, and this is O'Heary. He's able to go down the line and in.
Good swing by Kalechi O'Heary. 339 on the year. They're leading kill percentage leader. Number 2 in blocks per set.
Malibau fielding the serve. Middle set goes to McGill. Pinballed around on the Davis side and return freestyle. Kelsch goes high and away. Granado, big swing off the high hands and down. Mark up another kill for McKenna Granado as this career night continues. It's number 5 on the evening. That matches her season total coming into this match.
I didn't see that Simon said something like number 3 is super cool.
O'Heary, the dink, diving save by Claire Marie Anderson. Bump set, Granado from off the net. That's saved by Bolko. Here's Walbrecht, the touch. Mitchum was able to keep it alive, but only momentarily.
You know, Granado reminds me of Nelly Cubiottanero quite often when she has no approach at all, just a standing jump. She's got that great arm swing. Cubiottanero had the same kind of thing where she no approach. She can put a pretty good whip and rip on the ball.
Here's Granado again. That one had some pop on it. Good save, Bolko. Walbrecht has to send a free ball Hawaii's way. Kelsch picking and choosing, goes middle to Mitchum. And Annie Mitchum, you talked about how good a week of practice she had. That transfer from Irvine Valley College, where she was just phenomenal, a 2-time ABCA JUCO National Player of the Year, but still sort of coming into Division I form, but showing some major signs of encouragement. Kelsch on the second touch, had nobody fooled. Here's Walbrecht, a big swing. Kelsch blocks it back. Walbrecht a second time, over the block and down. Well, Walbrecht has had to work, but she has certainly been one of the bright spots for UC Davis here in this match. That's kill number 11 for her.
She goes over the block there. Very effective. Unfortunately, she's also had 7 errors. She's been blocked several times, but she's been their most effective left side attacker.
There's Kahakai with the pass, and Kelsch, that was a slam dunk.
And she caught the cable on the way down.
She did.
Marvin Hall says, you can't do that, young lady.
So it's a point for Davis. And in contrast to the first 2 sets, it's a tight one early here in the third. Miscommunication on that first pass, so Granado has to 2-hand it over. Advantage for the Aggies here. Bolko sets more on the opposite side. Little joust at the net, back and forth. Manolevao now from the back row, and we play on. Squires the dig. Middle set, that's H.A. That's dug up by Taylor. Bump set, Kelsch to Taylor from the back row. To Dug up by Moore. Bump set, here's Moore again by the block and down. And Nicola Moore has found some success going hard angle from that side. And UC Davis leads.
This game is a stark contrast to the first two where it seems like Dan Connors had to use his only 2 timeouts before he even reached double figures.
Sophia Moore with the serve. Set goes to Granado through the block and down. Wow, that was sheer power, Chris McLaughlin.
It was. And she's got that great arm swing, and she's also fearless when it comes to the block. Even though that block was well formed, 4 hands across, she challenged that block.
All 3, Annie.
Now Granado will serve.
It said Natasha Burns 6 kills. I think Natasha's redshirting this year. I think that should have been Granado.
Here's Kahakai sending it over. Walbrecht, that was hot-handed. Save Kahakai. D-set goes to Taylor, block, kept alive by Kelsch. So Taylor, 2 hands across court to Manole Vau, but the roof was up. It was Walbrecht next to AJ. UC Davis showing signs of that competitiveness that we kind of expected from the offset of this match.
Credit UC Davis for not giving up, for taking the lead twice here in this third set and forcing some bad passes like that.
Here's Moore. Southpaw's been giving Hawaii a little bit of trouble here in the third, but the dig by Kahakai and Manole Vau goes high hands. Walbrecht the save. How about the back bump set to Squires? Oh, but it was just a little too tight to the pin. Squires had the left hand into the antenna. Point Hawaii, we're not it again.
Pretty gutsy back bump set that time by Mar. She had a back bump set that a long way. She wasn't very far off.
Kahakai with the serve. Past Balco. Set goes to Squires from off the net. Down the line it went. Good punch up in the air by Taylor. Now Kelsch sends a free ball over the net. Middle set, that's H.A. Sniffed out by Manole Vau. D-set goes to Taylor, hit it fat, didn't matter. And Hawaii surges ahead.
Taylor with 8 kills now, no errors, hitting well over 400.
There's Squires, big wind-up, diving save Kahakai, but to no avail. That's a point for UC Davis, and we are tied for the 6th time.
That's the first team All-Big Western we're used to.
Yeah.
And she's been hounded by Hawaii's block.
Squires, who plans to attend UC Davis King Hall School of Law upon the completion of her volleyball career. Here's Manole Vau off the block and down. So they're trading blows here in the third. Hawaii up 1. UC Davis last year finished in a tie for 3rd in the Big West Conference. Preseason picked 5th here in 2015. And Dan Connors talked a little bit about that. You know, there were some expectations despite the youth on this roster for this team coming in. And he said that kind of toyed with our minds a little bit. How about that hammer by Kalechi O'Heary?
Great 31 set from Sophia Moore. O'Heary just takes a rip at this one. Hard to get a good block up on that. Even Hawaii's best blocker, Olivia McGill, could not get a piece of that.
There's Moore, the jump serve, 2-handed by Kahakai. Kelsch goes quick middle to McGill. The dink finds the floor. Just another sort of unassuming, efficient night developing for Olivia McGill. 4th kill on 9 swings, no errors. She also has 6 blocks. So, yeah, just another day at the old office.
Routine. What a welcome addition she's been from her time in Arizona to her time now in Hawaii. Dave Shoji drooled when he found out that she was going to come to Hawaii.
Game-changing move for the Rainbow Wahine Volleyball program when Olivia McGill came to town as Squires sends it deep. And I talked to Olivia yesterday and asked her, you know, you've had now Taylor Higgins and Kendra Kelsch both serving as starting setters. Do you have a preference? She says, whichever one sets me the most.
That's a great answer.
O'Heary able to plug it through the block on the step out. UC Davis gets the point, trailing by 1.
The most prolific offensive left side, Kendall Walbrecht into the front row.
Squires behind the line to serve. Jump floater, handled by Kahakai. Kelch goes middle to McGill. OMG, Olivia McGill strikes again.
Another McGill kill. Kill number 5. Hitting 500. No errors for McGill. Typical efficient night.
It's unbelievable. It's like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Here's Walbrecht. Oh, that one had some pop on it. Good dig, Claire Marie Anderson. And mishandled on the set by Kelch. Tried to go high and away to Granato. She'll be called for the juggle.
Great dig by Anderson. It was a hard, tough ball to dig. It was coming fast and low. She popped it up. But it went so high, it was a tough ball to handle for Kelch.
12 serving 13. Bulko deals an ace. And we're tied again at 13.
And watch Davis at practice yesterday. They probably spent, of the 90 minutes, they probably spent 30 of the minutes on their serve alone, knowing that that's going to be their best chance to upset Hawaii, was to bring a great serving game.
Crowd trying to get involved here. Here's Granato, pops it off the double block, saved off the net by Wagner. Middle set, that's O'Heary, that's dug up by Kelch. Now Taylor from the opposite side. Squires keeps it going. She gets the set from the back row, but she had a long way to cover, as that set was a little tighter to the net than what would have worked best. And Mitchum and company were waiting. Now here's Nikki Taylor to serve.
Dave showed you encouraging McKenna Granato to get the slide. He thinks the slide is coming on the next set. So he's challenging her to get that next slide and block it.
Well, it's been a tightly contested third. Hawaii first to 15, though, thanks to the Taylor ace. Welcome back. If you need tickets to an upcoming UH contest, visit hawaiiathletics.com. Call 944-BOWS or visit the Stan Sheriff Center box office. 3 easy ways to get your seats for exciting UH sports action. So Hawaii up 2 sets to none if you're just joining us. It has been lopsided. 25-14 in the first, 25-12 in the second, but a little tighter here in the third. But with that out ball from Walbrecht, Hawaii now goes up by 3. So a little bit of breathing room here, looking to shut the door. And it has been an eventful night from, you don't want to say the word injury per se, but a few dings coming along the way for the Wahine as Taylor sends that one long. You already have Kalei Greeley, who has not played yet tonight because of a shoulder injury. Taylor Higgins continues to sit out because of the ankle injury suffered several matches ago against Cal State Fullerton. You had Nikki Taylor diving for a ball and getting kneed in the head by Kendra Kelch. She left for a little while, went back in there. Savannah Kahakai, we heard, got a little bit of a toe thing going at one point in the match, but she's back out there. And then Taimana Olevao on a block attempt, stepping on McGill's foot. So she was walking gingerly. Good scramble here on both sides. Free chance now for the Aggies, though. Middle set, that's AJ. And she's able to find the floor past the diving, extended Nikki Taylor.
Good rally, nice patience by UC Davis that time and staying in that rally.
Davis back to within a point. Sophia Marr. Two-handed by Mano Leval, set middle to Mitchum, and wow. Annie Mitchum just clobbered that offering.
I love the way Kahakai took that serve with her hands, put up a perfect pass to Kelch, and Kelch delivers a nice set to Mitchum. Mitchum, again, as we said before, playing her best volleyball of the year, maybe tonight and this week.
4 kills on 4 swings here so far in this match, Chris. Saved by Taylor. Here's Mano Leval up the elevator. A timeout taken by Dan Connors and UC Davis. The Rainbow Wahine trying to round that final corner. Welcome back, and how about those familiar faces, Chris? Kalea Adolfo and Megan Huff, former Rainbow Wahine volleyball players, now members of the Rainbow Wahine basketball program, and the entire team came out earlier tonight to be addressed by the crowd, and they were obviously presented with a warm welcome.
The fans loved it, and they were trying to sell some season tickets at the same time.
Returning here to action, Hawaii up 3. And the middle set goes to Mitchum. Good diving save in the back row by Squires, but it results in another Mitchum kill. 5 kills, 5 swings. Annie Mitchum putting in work. 6-2 run here for the Rainbow Wahine to start creating some distance.
So you might see she's got a perfect game going. 5 kills, 5 swings.
All right, what's the protocol on that? I mean, is that something that...
I was told not to say anything about it, but then you encouraged me to announce it to everybody.
You gotta announce it. You gotta know. What are you gonna just keep it a secret?
Okay, 5 kills, 5 swings. She's got a perfect game going. McGill, 5 kills and 10 swings, hitting 500. That's not bad. Nikki Taylor, 8 kills, no errors, 19 swings, hitting 421. Hawaii putting a big number tonight, hitting 363 on the night. That's huge.
See, you showed hesitancy to talk about the error-free nights. And then you just took it and ran. Now all of a sudden you're like a fountain here of information.
You can't stop me now.
Hey, look, it's our job to let know what's going on. And as you mentioned, what's going on is a pretty dominant performance by the Rainbow Wahine. As you look at Dan Connors, he's just trying to figure out how do we sort of crack this code. It has been that formidable block that's been present really all season long for this newly defined, if you will, Rainbow Wahine volleyball team.
Dan Connors has had an interesting journey in his volleyball career. He's been at Illinois, Nebraska, UCLA, Cal State Northridge men, UCLA men and women. And he's taken all that knowledge now, and he's got his own team, his own time to do thing up there in Davis and in ag country. And I tried to look up the girls' majors. I couldn't find one that was majoring in, like, agriculture. They're all taking pretty stiff academic majors you'd find at any top university.
Still a relatively young Division I program as well. UC Davis began the transition to D1 back in 2003. Here's Mano Olivao gobbling up the overpass. Thank you very much.
And Mano Olivao, you watch her as she comes down from putting that one to the ground, quick to point back to McKenna Granado and say, hey, you girl, you're the one that caused it with that great serve.
20 serving 15. Granado floats it deep. Squires popping it straight up in the air. She'll get the swing from the back row against a triple block. Walbrecht pops it up. Joust at the net. Won by the middle blocker on the other side. Ima Eche.
Eche, great push on that. She had the last push there against Kel. Kel's usually pretty good at getting the last push. Not that time, though. Eche just presses it right down without going into the cable. Great play by Ima.
Kel shall go away to Mano Olivao off the block. Had so much velocity on it that it found its way out of play. And another point for Hawaii. They're up a handful. They have turned that corner. Coming down the home stretch, looking to close the deal.
And despite it being her 4th year in playing Division I college volleyball, it does not look like Mano Olivao's arm is getting any more weary. In fact, it's getting stronger.
Yeah, I would say so. Good dig there by Taylor. Pushed over on the second touch by Kelsch. Can they return it? No, they cannot. Kendra Kelsch able to make it work with that second touch dump shot yet again. What do you think about the job Kendra Kelsch has done here now, making her 4th straight start in place of the injured Taylor Higgins?
You've got to give her a lot of credit. I think stepping into a tough position, it's her best friend's, spot that she's taking. And she stepped in and just basically she's done it seamlessly. Hasn't shown much nerves. Plays pretty fearlessly. Has her own way she sets the game that's different from Taylor, and has brought I think a welcome fresh dimension to Hawaii's offense.
Eche with the serve, past Granado. Hawaii by 5. It's McGill with the kill, her 6th of the evening.
The other thing that Kelsch has brought to the table has been her block of the net, evidenced by 9 blocks against against Long Beach State. You know, Taylor Higgins is no slouch in the minute either. She's a great blocker as well, but Kelch has somehow brought this tremendous right side blocking. She's in a real groove.
Squires goes high hand, punched up in the air by Ty. Kelch sets up Manoleval, kind of a pirouette right there at the twine, rises up and hammers it off the block, and now that was nifty.
That was a weird, convoluted play. Manoleval, get out of the way, Kelch. I'm going to swing away. And she does. Tie with her kill.
So 5,103 through the turnstiles, now standing here on Aloha Bowl. Squires goes over the block, diving save by Guinasso. Here's Manoleval, block kept alive by Kahakai. Back set goes to Castillo, dinks it over. Now Davis with the advantage. Middle set, mistimed. And that is how this one is going to end. The Rainbow Wahine win a kahi elua aloha against UC Davis, and the streak continues as the Rainbow Wahine make it 12 straight victories to improve to 17-1, still unbeaten at 7-0 in the Big West Conference.
Dave Shoji's got to be happy. You know what? You know, I knew he was nervous about tonight, and he's also nervous about tomorrow night because his team's coming off a very emotional win against Long Beach State, and it's very natural for a team to get a letdown the following matches. And these two teams, Davis and Irvine, have proven that on any given night they can compete with the top teams in the league. And so it'll be interesting to see how Hawaii plays tomorrow night against Irvine, who, by the way, is playing very well.
Well, Hawaii, we mentioned early on in the season that this was a particularly deep roster. That has been tested. That has been on display. And so far, Hawaii has been able to compete at a very high level. Let's send it over to Scott Robbs, who is standing there with Dave Shoji. Scott.
Hey, thanks a lot, Gano. Well, Coach, a very efficient victory tonight.
Well, I told the team in the locker room we played pretty error-free, and that's the way, you know, you win 25-17 or 25-14. It's nothing spectacular, but, you know, when you don't make mistakes, you really put the pressure on the other team. That's what we did tonight.
I thought McKenna Granado did an outstanding job filling in for Clay tonight.
You know, she's practiced well. She's a good player. She got her opportunity tonight and just made the most of it. She played error-free, passed well, did everything well, and, you know, she's a really good player, and, you know, she just came through for us tonight.
All right, you have another match tomorrow night, one of those back-to-back weekends. What's the status of Taylor Higgins? What's the status of Calais Greeley?
Well, Higgins can play. I just didn't want to put her in there and risk, you know, tweaking it again. I mean, she's, you know, we'll have a week off after tomorrow night, and then I think she'll be full strength coming back. But there's no sense in rushing her. She could have played. She will be the backup tomorrow night as well. Greeley, I'm not sure what's going on. She had a little tweak in her shoulder against Long Beach and just couldn't practice all week. So we're going to take a look. The doctor's going to look at her tonight.
All right, tomorrow night, UCI, what can you tell us about the Anteaters?
Well, they're really similar to Davis. They've got a losing record, but they've got good players at the pins, good setter. They're well coached. I think we need another effort like we had tonight, tomorrow night, just efficient, and things will take care of itself.
All right, Dave, congratulations.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Let's take a look at the players of the match presented by Bank of Hawaii. Kendall Walbrecht, 11 kills, 3 blocks, 2 digs, getting the nod for UC Davis. And for Hawaii, hey, you got to give it to the freshman, right? Stepping up in place of the regular starter, Calais Greeley, at the outside position. And she filled up the stat line. 6 kills, 2 aces, 4 digs for McKenna Granado. So we mentioned the depth that has been on display for this Hawaii team. We talked about it very early on. Hey, look, this is a particularly deep roster, and boy, have they needed it here over the course of this season, especially this sort of middle jungle of the conference schedule.
They really had it. They got 12 players into the game tonight. He loves to get those back row specialists some time as well, and tonight he had to put Castillo in for Nikki Taylor. We never thought we'd see that, but Castillo was needed tonight. The freshman from San Diego played well, held her own. And I think Dave Shoji has a lot of confidence in every player, all 15 players he can go to, and he has no problem at all going to any one of them.
Not just Dave Shoji. It seems like these players, if they have already begun to, they have now started to truly sort of believe that they are pretty good, that they're starting to now feel a certain level of confidence and belief in the fact that they can play, whoever is out there.
Yeah, I agree. They're starting to have a little bit of a swag going on. and they got that air of confidence. They showed it again tonight. I think the real test that will be November 6th against Long Beach State at the Pyramid.
Yeah.
If they could to win that one on a very hostile territory, then they deserve to have a lot of swag.
Sure. Well, so far so good, though. The win streak extended to 12, and Hawaii, in fact, has now swept 7 of its last 8 matches. That is it for us. The Rainbow Wahine improving to 17-1, 7-0, and still alone in first place at Big West Conference. UC Davis falls to 9-12, 4-3 in the league. There are your final numbers. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Stay tuned for the post-game show, everybody. For now, aloha.